Welcome to the Sewing Whisperer. This video is showing how to open a new document and set up the workspace for optimal function as a beginner learning to draw fashion text sketches. So welcome to the Adobe Illustrator program. To create a new document, you can select New File, which will open this dialog box, or you can go to File, New. It will take you to the same place. And then select Print. And if you can't see A4 there, you can select View All Presets and it should be visible down further. So we're going to select A4. We're going to select centimeters. Leave this set to Portrait. And we'll leave everything as default. We've got the CMY color, which is for print color scheme, as opposed to RGB, which is generally for digital. And we've got the setting of high 300 pixels per inch. There are other options down there, but we're going to leave everything as default and then say create. Now, when you first open the program, this dialog box right at the top, switch workspace, if you click on there, it's always set to essentials. But we want Essential Classics because it will give us access to the control bar across the top and all of our tools. So some of those tools are missing when it's set on Essential. Now, if you can't see that little square there for Switch Workspace, you can also find it under Window, Workspace, and the same options are down there. So what we're going to do is set this up like I have here. I'm going to put all of these away because that's the way I have it set. And it's just remembered that. So let's go to find those panels. Under Window, you can also find your toolbar. So if your toolbar isn't visible over here, it will be accessible by going to Toolbars and turning that on, along with the control bar that was missing at the top when we're on Essentials. You can tick that to make it visible, but by clicking on Essential Classics, that will have opened anyway. So the first panel we want to open is Color. Now, sometimes over here, these panels may be expanded out and may be looking like that, and I prefer to leave them docked to the side. And these can change. Sometimes there'll be others sitting there if you happen to have used some and put them there. But for the moment, I want color expanded out, and you need to put it onto the desktop and then move it over to where it's going to sit, and I want it docked over here. If I didn't do that, it would automatically dock itself down here or close completely when I picked a different panel. Now sometimes that will come in closed up like this. You double click on it and it will expand, double click again and it could look semi expanded, and double click again and it's closed right up. So we want it expanded. I'll just pop the swatches away because we'll talk about that one in a moment. So now we're going to bring up the stroke. So Window, it's alphabetical, so go down to S for stroke. And same thing, drag out, click on the word stroke, drag it out, make sure it's expanded, and then dock it underneath the color. And next we'll open up Layers, Window Alpha Layers. Same thing, make sure it's expanded and then dock it down underneath the stroke. Now we can put other panels in behind here. So to show you how to do that, we'll go Window and we'll open up Swatches because that is one that I do use a bit. So once you've got your swatches here, you can drag that over and sit it beside Color, and that will dock it in there so you can actually swap between the two. So this is how I like my workspace to be. I can also put the rulers on, so I could go View, Show Rulers, or the shortcut is Command R. And they may not stay there in the workspace, but they're easy to put on, just Command R, and they'll come on and be visible. So let's save this workspace now. So I can go in here, click this little icon at the top right, and say New Workspace. And we can save that as, give it a name that's relevant to you. So I've already done this. I've saved mine as Text Sketches. You can give it your name, fashion, anything that's relevant. I don't really mind what you call it. I'll cancel it because I've already got Text Sketches there. So there's my interface setup, how I like to work with it. As you learn the program, become more familiar with it, You'll be putting the panels there that you prefer. You may not necessarily set it up the way that I like it set up, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I would leave it set up like that so you can follow along with me. So that's setting up our interface. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and give this a thumbs up if you'd like to see more videos.